Hey, everybody, quick heads up before we jump in. The first part of this recording had mic issues after an OBS update and an update for my headset. So I'm redoing the audio for you, and I'm going to talk you through what's going on as we go. Okay. So let's see. All right. So here we are. Yeah. So this is just my intro that I cannot hear anymore. Yeah, so basically, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fogger80. I play weird sims, spooky indies, and whatever chaotic demo just dropped. If you like first looks and games with vibes, you're in the right place. Be sure to subscribe for more gameplay and wishlist this game on Steam if you're interested. So today we checked out Teddy's Haven. And all of the information will be dropped down below in the description from Steam. But it's a super cute game. I really enjoyed it. I played an hour and 40 minutes of this that I'm going to compress into about 5 minutes for you. Um, and then off camera, I played another, I don't know, 3 more hours, I think. It is a bit grindy. So off camera, I did a lot of gathering supplies, gathering resources, all of the like really monotonous sort of quote unquote boring parts of the game that would not be probably enjoyable for someone to just watch. So I'm just going to speed through all of that really quickly and show you at least what it did look like when we started, some of the beginner materials, furniture, creatures that we met, and what kind of is expected of you, and so on and so forth, that sort of thing. I did put my VTuber character avatar into the video today, and I'll be making sure she shows up a little more often. I used to only use her during live streams, but I figure, on YouTube at least, you guys have never really seen her before, and you're probably wondering why all of my YouTube thumbnails have some cute little like character with a stitched face. So this is her. So okay, yeah, we're getting ready to start. So this is our little house here in the game, and I was trying to just click on some things to see what was interactable, and we do have a kitty cat, and the cat's name is Sarah. You can change the cat's name if you want, but my cat's orange IRL, and his name is Peanut. So had it been orange, I probably would have, but we've just left the name Sarah for now. You'll see later on too, in the next playthrough, there are tons of different cats, and they're all different. And they all have their own little house. It's so cute. Little fireplace here. Not much going on in the house. I'm not sure if that this is just a first look demo. Not demo. I bought the full game. I skipped the demo. Early access. Sorry, that's what I meant. Early access. So yeah, you can see a dragon in the background there. Lots to look at here. You only ever see this guy once, I think. He just sort of welcomes you to the game and so on. Welcome. You've made it to Ursa, a peaceful land where magic flows gently and spirits walk beside us. Adventures come and go, picking up supplies before heading off to faraway places. But here, there's no rush, no pressure, just the quiet joy of making something your own. And that's really true. You don't really feel pressed for time. Even if the day ends at your shop, you can just still do whatever you want. And you can start the next day by sleeping in your bed. Stock things, go at your own pace. Shopkeepers stick to their shelves. Others wander the wilds for rare finds. Both paths are part of the magic. And that really is true. You don't have to open right away. It's not like you're in a big tearing ass rush. The game's not trying to rush you into doing this, that, and the third. Ursa is more than a place. It's a memory, a tribute, a gentle reminder of the ones we've loved and the stories we carry. The spirits here remember too, and they are welcome with open arms. We're glad you're here. Take your time and make it yours. I did hear from another YouTuber that was playing this a little bit back. The developer of this game, I don't know how true this is, but the developer of this game actually made this game, has something to do with his dog, I believe. And his dog's name was Teddy. So here we're going to speed things up. This is the first parts of every shopkeeper game. Setting up your first couple of shelves, your first couple of items. I mean, that's about it. That's what we're doing. You're not really missing much. I did want to include some of this though before we move on. So in case, because I mean, when I did play offline and not recording, I did get pretty far with like the decoration of the place. So I didn't want it to just look like I was starting off with like all of this crap, because I mean, I did play this for an hour and 40 minutes and then lost all of the audio. And here we are. All right, some of your crafting items: decorating, transport, paint, display cases, and countertops and things, the products that you can offer decorations, blah, blah, blah. All right, I think I bought one of everything because the tutorial was telling me to do that. And then I'm trying to figure out what shelves accept what products and what items. It does matter. Match market price, that's the only button you can push to price the items. Otherwise, it's priced super low below market price, but you cannot mark items up, at least not at the time of this recording. It is early access. They may change that later on, not sure. Most of these games you can, though. You can sort of go in and set your own price. Not with this, though. You're either going to sell it for super low, which will screw you over and you won't make any money, like if you forget to change the price when you buy an item for the first time. Or you can select market price, hit save, and it will then give you at least the market price value of the items. So you just want to make sure that when you buy something for the first time, you're making it market price so that you don't screw yourself over, but you can't mark things up. Another thing I noticed while I was playing, when you remove an item off of the shelf or you run out or whatever, and then you change the item on that shelf, and then you come back to that item later that you had earlier, um, the game remembers what the price was. So you don't have to do it every single time. If you've already put it on the shelf at least once, it will remember what the price was. You know what I'm saying? If you already set it to market price. I did come across some odd times during the game, like say I slept, saved, and started the next day and got going. And then I was like, wait a minute, I thought I had these prices set. And then I had to market price them again. I felt like, unless I'm going crazy. But I did feel like something was happening. I don't know if the market price changes sometimes. So you got to keep an eye on that maybe. But you'll be able to tell because the price sticker on the items will be green. If it's green, it means it's under value. It means you have not checked and set the market price yet. Once you do, that the numbers become white. You'll see. You'll be able to know. So we're just doing our first initial customers here. I don't have any employees or anything like that yet. As a matter of fact, at the time of recording this portion of the video, I did not have any employees. It was after when I got offline. I just noticed a unicorn in the background. There's lots of creatures in this game. It is super cool, you guys. You're going to love it. If you love this kind of like shop simmy stuff, this is way more than that. This is almost open world to a certain extent. And you can go out and, sort of like mine for crystals and rocks and things like that, gems, whatever. You can make gems and stuff out of the stuff that you find. And you can also forage for things. And that's pretty much what you're going to want to do because that's free stuff that you're not buying from some other merchant to resell. So free stuff means you put it up for market value and it's like pure profit. So this is just me buying some more extra shelves now. Trying to figure out what goes on what again, because it's kind of weird. It's the produce. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. The produce, in my opinion, it's like this: apples, right? Like vegetables and things like that. But in this game, it's anything that kind of grows outside. So it could be berries and fruit and vegetables, and those only go on those produce type shelves. And then you have other, you have weapon shelves, and then you have these those like flat shelves. Those flat shelves, a lot of different stuff goes on those flat shelves. A lot, probably too much in my opinion. The UI in the inventory system is a little janky. Not janky. It's a little cluttered. Cluttered is a better word. So there's no way to like later on when you start crafting items out of the items that you find, there's not like a tab or a way that I can filter the shit that's in my inventory to go from like seeing just raw material to crafted material. So later on when you're trying to figure out what you're going to put on your shelf, you're like, oh, let me find those gems that I created from those shards that I had earlier. And you have to literally thumb through all the shit in your inventory in that category to find the ones that you actually created. So I don't know, unless I'm missing something. If I am, you can let me know in the comments below if you've been playing. This was hilarious because a freaking goat came in as a customer. Not a person. No, not a person. A goat. So this goat had money and all, y'all. Look, that's that goat's items. Thank you. Have a nice day. And as I was playing, I had geese coming in. I had another goat come in that was like a white goat come in. So animals can come in, which I don't know what that's all about. But animals can come in and be your customers as well. Yeah, so we're just going through the motions here, all the customers. That candle to my left, sorry, it's sped up, but that candle to my left lets you know when the end of day is coming. There's no actual time. This is like back in medieval times. I don't think they had like maybe a sundial. I don't know. But the candle lets you know when your day is just about through. So it starts off as a full candle. You light the candle when you open, and the candle will go out when you close. There it is. So you're waiting for the flame to go out. The money system was really cool. I liked it a lot. You can thumb out the change manually yourself with the bills and the coins, or you can use that little keypad to the left there, like I do, to just hurry up and give the change back, almost like a credit card system, but it's not a credit card. And you can use the number pad on your keyboard as well to navigate that, which is thank you so much, Debs. Wonderful, wonderful. I feel like a lot of people overlook that sweet, sweet little feature. Oh yeah, this was the star. So like I don't know, every so often dynamic things happen in the game that are a surprise. So a star fell down and gave me star shards, and it does not happen often. So when it does, you want to harvest it. This was me picking up a crab, and then he got stuck in the air. It's a little bug. Yeah, but then so the unicorn is like a dynamic event that happens or whatever you call it. The star that falls down to the ground. And did I see any other ones? I can't remember so far. Hmm. I can't remember. I feel like there was one more, but I can't remember. You can collect all the milk from the cows, the fur from the animals. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can kill you. As vicious as some of these creatures will look, you'll see later. They can't hurt you. There are gigantic, enormous, monstrous type creatures that show up, and they're there to actually help you and greet you. But it is a little creepy because they're like sharp teeth dragons and shit. You'll see. But if you find big giant creatures as you're going through the day or the evening, you want to walk up and talk to them, preferably at the beginning of the day. Before you open your store, you want to look around your environment and make sure there's not a big giant creature that's sort of just quietly standing in the background somewhere. You need to find your way over to that giant creature, talk to them, because they will give you like 10, 15, 20, 25% boost of sales for the day and stuff like that. So they're really helpful. They're just a little intimidating because when I say they're gigantic, I mean literally they're like the size of a mountain. They're literally gigantic. So I'm just going around and collecting all the milk and the eggs and berries and shit that's just growing wild. A little bit. I'm like noticing there's a whole other world across there. Every time I wake up for the next day, I'm finding new areas. This was so sad to me. I still don't know what's going on with this yet, but this is like a little teddy bear that's passed away, and the teddy bear family is at his grave. So again, as I said, I don't know much about the backstory from the dev. I just heard that the game was built in remembrance or something with his dog, whose name was Teddy. So I don't know if that's what that is. Like, did the dog pass away? I don't know. But it's very sad. The little Teddy up there, the little bear, and his family is missing him. Um, when I did the second portion of my playthrough today off camera, there is a bear that shows up at the front door. I'll show that later, but nothing really happened other than you get to put it in your house if you want to. It has a cute little like note with it. Nothing detrimental that you missed. But yeah, I mean, play the game for yourself. You get to see the little story for yourself. It's super cute. I don't know. I'm very confused. I need to look it up. I'm very confused about what's happening with Teddy. So just doing some more mining. I went to that little pond back there. It lets me know that I have to input 500 frickin' rocks to get something to show up. I forget, some kind of statue or something. And then when I did the second part of the playthrough, I went back, put the 500 in, and had to put in 750 more, and then more, and then more. So I don't know when it ends. So these are little like you can ride on these things. One is a horse, one's a frog, one's like a sheep, or no, one's a cow, and then one is a rock. So when you're riding on these things, these little mounts, you can go so much faster, even faster than a sprint. So here's our first monster. As I said, they just say cute little things about where they're from, what they've seen in the world, and then they give you a boost for the day. Increase profits 15%, like that. So anytime you see a giant creature, and they can be anywhere, I almost missed one earlier today because he was literally the size of a mountain and he was just barely peeking behind the mountain. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where to put this damn rock so that I don't lose it. Um, yeah, so these are your upgrades and things. I did try to upgrade a couple of things as I was going. The upgrades themselves are a bit pricey. The shelves and all that shit are cheap. It's like $10 for a shelf. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. These are the other upgrades for crafting. So you can make jam, honey, cheese, wool, string. You can turn ores into like bars and stuff like that, which obviously sells for more than the raw material. So as as much as it's tempting when you're going through and foraging through everything and mining, try not to sell a lot of your foraged and mining raw materials, because as soon as you're able to buy those crafting things, you're going to want to take those raw materials and turn them into actual items, which will then sell for more. But don't get me wrong, I did it quite a few times, especially if I had a shit ton of something or it was plentiful. My more rare ore and crystals and stuff I kept, though, so that I could turn them into items. All right, so these are just all the extra items I bought. You have to buy like licenses, I guess you could say, for new items to offer in the shop. So that's what I was going through, looking at that list. Yeah, I'm trying to decide what to fill these daggone shelves up with. And then I was like, screw it, I'm just going to open. And then I'm playing with the dice. Oh my goodness. I do have a little fairy that's following me around right there. You can see it in the corner. Throughout the world hidden, when you go to like the deepest off off the wall, way over here in the corner where like most people that play a game probably wouldn't like wander off into, those types of areas, look around because you'll find these little fairies. I've collected, I think, 5 so far. You won't see it in this video, all of them, but 5 so far. And they don't do anything that I am aware of. Like they don't give you any sort of like perks or anything for having them. I think they're just sort of like a like bragging rights that you've collected them. Almost like a trading card or something. I love the characters in this game. They all look so, so good. Look at them. They look so good. I've played similar games with these same types of NPCs before. I like this style. Yeah. So we're just ringing up. You level up quite quickly in this game as well. So you can see here I'm on like level 3. We're almost at the end of the video here. I'm on level 3. And I played for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 more hours or something off camera, and I'm well past like level 9 or something. So it goes pretty quickly. I can't really figure out what I'm unlocking when I'm leveling up the shop and stuff, other than maybe I'm allowing myself to then buy the not the contracts, the ability to buy extra items, like different items. The license, that's the word I was looking for. The licenses. Not really sure. But yeah, I enjoyed this game a lot. We're going to be doing a playthrough of this now that I've fixed my freaking mic settings today. Thank you, OBS. Yeah, so this gets really exciting really quickly. So the next time you see a video from me on this game, it's going to be the shop. I upgraded the shop a couple of times and made it bigger. I got a bunch of these things going. We're already making gems and jam and or bars and wool string, like all of them, honey, whatever. Um, Super exciting. But yeah, spring day 4. Yeah, I think I'm in summer. I'm in midsummer on the next playthrough when you see me do it again. But yeah, so before we get to the end of this video and I don't get a chance to say it because it'll cut off, I just wanted to say thanks for hanging out with me today with this audio issue. And you know, this is actually my first time ever trying to do a voiceover. So yay me. You learn new things every day. So yeah, we're going to be coming back with a series on this one. You'll be able to find it in a series playlist on YouTube on my channel here. The game link is in the description if you want to check it out. Drop a like and hit the subscribe for more weird demos and gameplays. If you have a game for me that you would like to suggest, comment that down below. You can also find me live on Twitch at Fulgur80. And I think that's about all I needed to say in case I missed the opportunity at the end here. Yeah, I condensed an hour and 40 minutes of gameplay for you guys and sped it up just so you could see what was happening at the beginning, early stages of this, instead of just me popping on with like a full-blown shop happening. So hopefully this was helpful. You know, I tried to make it as helpful as possible instead of just I almost trashed the video and just deleted it. This is the first time I've ever had an audio issue like this. So hopefully everybody gets a little idea of the beginning stages of this. Again, it's called Teddy's Haven. I would mention that right now at the time of this recording, it's on Steam for like $10 and some change. I highly, highly recommend it. Especially, I need to look up the story about Teddy. I don't know if the dev did this to raise money for something for his dog or what that's about, or if Teddy has passed away, but I'm going to look it up because I am curious. I don't know. I'm going to look it up though. You should too. But yeah, we're just finishing up some mining here. We're almost at the end of the video. What are we going on here? Yep, doing some more mining. Oh, that's right. You can't hear this. So I kept hitting that rock. There's actually a girl inside of that rock, and she says things like, ouch, ooh, stop, oh, stop, ow. And she's like, I'm not going to give you any supplies. Stop hitting me. So here's the first animal. That's the dragon. Or sorry, the second, because the green guy was the first one. Here's another one. It's the dragon. I was trying to figure out how in the hell to get up there to him. There's no fall damage or anything. Like I said, you can't get hurt. You can't get killed. So I was like, okay, do I need the damn frog to jump up there? And none of that mattered. It's just because I was going the wrong way. And I was like, how do I get over there? So I'm looking at the environment like, okay, if I go over there and climb up on that and get over here and climb on there. And then I was like, wait a minute, I see a path over there. So this is me discovering the path because I'm an idiot. And here we are. And I have ADD and OCD and I had to get the rocks first. Okay. So here's the big dragon, Ruby. She's just saying some nice things about where she's come from and where she's been. And then she gives you a boost. Increased profits, 15%. That's all they are. But look how badass she is. She is so freaking cool, man. I love the look of her. And you don't just see them once, they'll pop up again here and there, here and there. But it's different ones all the time. Like you won't see the same ones every day or something. Sometimes you'll go a couple days and won't see any of them. So it's really important. And make sure you're hitting them up and talking to them at the very beginning of the day if you can, before you start, before you open your shop to get the max benefit of those 15% profit or 25% profit or whatever it is. You don't want to kind of notice it midday because then you're missing out on the perk of talking to them. So yeah, I think now I'm just sort of like refilling the shelves. Also, your game does not save unless you sleep in your bed. So um, and you can sleep in your bed anytime you want, I think, because I did at the beginning of the day after I woke up. I came in here, I did all this shit, and I went back to my bed and slept again and saved. So you don't have to wait till nighttime to sleep, but make sure you're sleeping because that's the only way you can save your game. So I'm just refilling everything to get ready for the next day, which I ended up doing, like I said, 3 more hours of gameplay because a lot of it's repetitive. It's grindy. So the next time you see the video for episode 2, we're going to be quite further along, and that's where stuff gets good. Anyways, we got through all of the kind of boring, grindy stuff. I mean, there still is some grind, but not like beginning stage grindy. I did all of that for you off camera. You're welcome. Yeah.